G'day, I'm Dave TTC. This is still in the process of being Dave's Cave. Today I've got a little bit of a setback. Well, call it a setback. I've got another job I need to do. I think I said consignment yesterday, whereas what I should have said was commission. I have a commission job. I've got to do a custom bed in the back of an old caravan, which also has to have a shelf underneath it to be able to put a full-length massage mat, I think it is, underneath the bed, and then storage underneath that again. So that's going to take up a good part of today, if not all of today. I'll show you what I've got in mind, or we'll have a quick look at the van. Come along and see what we got. This is what I've got to deal with outside, even though it's a pleasant day today. You can see the mud and the slush, and I've got to get inside this van and try and keep it clean. This is the van. Stepping into the van, just your very typical style van. This area here, they want a double bed there, and the mattress height is to finish around about 200mm below the window. The window is 870mm, close to 3 foot for those who speak that other language. So 200mm, that's about 8 inches in the Imperial. Okay, so I'm working here on the caravan outside that you saw earlier. I'm just cutting some panels. Got to do end panels for the bed that are going to go against the wall. Going to cut a curve to the shape at each end. A few other little bits and pieces are going to happen there. So here we're using the track saw. You'll see that I've got these rubber mats on the floor, and the depth is set so that it's just leaving a little tiny bit behind. So I'm not going to damage my floor, and I'm not using clamps on the tracks. I'm just sitting it on, making sure it lines up with the line, and I've got it marked there, there and up there. I have extra tracks so I can join them together, but unlike the number one brand, I don't know if it's number one, but unlike a better brand, this only has a single bar that joins them together, so you can actually pivot on that bar, and I don't know, that doesn't seem to be so straight. So I figured, well, all I've got to do is put it back on the same mark again, shift it, and I feel that's going to be straighter than relying on the joint to stay straight. So let's have a crack, see how we go. Air muffs on, safety glasses, thank you. Okay. Okay, so we've marked this. This is going into the sink. There's going to be a cutout here for where the water inlet is to fill the tank underneath the caravan. We've marked the length, we've marked the curve. Curve comes around and then slightly back on itself. This is the seen side if it was seen. I like to cut from underneath because then I can see, like, the cut will be on the downstroke. That way I can watch where I'm going. It'll be a neat finish. One thing Festool, or Festo I think it's called now, has over the DeWalt is this LED you can turn off on theirs. When I'm trying to sight down, it like is in the eyes. Once I'm into the cut, it's not too bad. So here's an update to our caravan situation. We've got one panel in on that side, curve cut to the shape. Another panel in over on this side, again curve cut to the shape. Then there's going to be a diagonal panel that goes from the joint at the floor there to the top, and then this panel will stand up straight up and down. Let's see how these other ones fit in. That's it. Oh yes, Love it when a plan comes together. Can you tell we're in I should be down here. Can you tell we're in a caravan? That looks good. Alright, and then we're going to have little triangles. There's going to be another pattern here, and little triangles that go in there, just to brace this so that it becomes a nice solid piece. Don't want it sort of rolling and slipping down or do anything like that. This bed, normally in a caravan you might have more partitions, all nice and lightweight, and you can lift the mattress up and pull out panels and use the storage. But the client here wants another shelf, about 50mm clearance, where they can put, I think it's some kind of massage mat or something. They want to be able to slide that in underneath, and so the bed needs to be clear of any obstruction so they can get this in without having to roll it or fold it up. Because of the wires, it can be loosely folded, but then the bulk would become too much. So we've got one clear shelf there, and then a big open section underneath where they can put in plastic containers. Sun's going down. It's been a long day. Well, it's well and truly night time, as you can see out here. If you could come around this way a little bit, you'd see a hint of colour in the sky, but it's pretty well black. So we've got these notches in here, and there's on the back of this bed rail over there, there's a little timber with blocks to hold the slats in place. So they'll drop in, come across, hopefully they line up. Yep, they do. Line up, and then they'll come over here. I'll cut a bevel on it so that it lines up at the top here, and I'll probably just cut a trimmer under there, just a bit of something like that, 42 by 19, with an angle on it, just to support it so that it's not going to happen anyway. You'd never get it to flip up, but I'll put it there just for that extra bit of support. Once that's done, which will be tomorrow's job, once that's done, it'll just be a case of doing the other shelf for the massage mat, or whatever the mat is, some sort of mat to be able to slide in underneath, and it'll be job done. So we haven't finished today, but as you can see, just haven't quite got there. It's official, day 2 has come to an end. And I might say I'm a little bit tired once again. Anyway, I made some progress and I made some mess. We can just finish off with a quick squiz around the place, and I need a sweep. I'll take these shoes off and I'll be getting sawdust all through my socks, all through my feet. I'll go upstairs to my bed. I don't want sawdust in my blankets, it's terrible. Reminds me of a old TV commercial, Mr. Hart. What a mess. Only there's no artistic calibre to what I've done here, it's just mess everywhere. And I would like to say thanks to those who have commented, particularly on the first video, but comment on any of the videos. Your comments are welcome. I try to reply to them all, at least give them a thumbs up at a very minimum. If someone says cool, well, it's not much of a reply to that, but if it's anything more than that, I will try to reply. You'll notice that I have YouTube going in the background, little challenge. See how many of the different creators you recognise. If you recognise any of them, drop a comment down below in the comments and see if you know. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow, bright and early, I hope. Oh, I did forget, like, subscribe and share. Love you to share my videos, love you to promote me. You'll be doing me a huge favour. and we might be able to develop, as I said before, a bit of community. Thanks again. That's better. I was a bit too tired to sweep. Dust. Not good. Should have dust proofed.